the possibility of a runaway inflation. And one of the things you talked about then was a hedge around using crypto and Bitcoin. And your friend Stan Druckenmiller had bought some Bitcoin at the time, too. Stan Druckenmiller recently had an interview with Joe Kernan at Delivering Alpha, said he's out of Bitcoin. Where are you?
I've still got a very minor allocation. I've always had a small allocation to it. I think
Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. All right, so let's get right into it. We'll come back to that clip that you saw at the outset in just a moment, but I want to really lead with this great news here. News out of Google in a couple of different capacities. So we're here on watcher.guru. First of all, Google joins hands with Coinbase to accept crypto for its cloud services. Now, through its recent collaboration, Google demonstrates its support for cryptocurrencies, and crypto adoption has been on the rise among global nations. Actually, we have big news when it comes to Ethereum addresses that we'll get to later in this video. Several industry giants are also tapping into the potential of Web3. And earlier this year, the team at Google unveiled that they were building a team to provide services for blockchain developers. And according to the same batch of announcements, Google is purportedly planning to let users pay with crypto in early 2023. I think the holy grail in a sense of cryptocurrency integration has always been Amazon, but certainly Google is a great step in that direction toward mass adoption. So the tech giant revealed that it will let customers pay with crypto next year. The announcement was made by Google at the Cloud Next conference. This is the new collaboration, which is going to help the tech giant stay ahead of competitors in the game. Yeah, for sure. So this integration with Coinbase Commerce Service is at the heart of this. The feature is going to be extended to several users over time. Right now, the Coinbase Commerce Service accepts 10 cryptocurrencies. Those include Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and LTC. Therefore, it would stand to reason that Google will integrate a lot of those same assets, those cryptos specifically, in terms of their payment options. And Google is moving on multiple fronts here. This is something that you can check out. It didn't work for me when I tested it out, but maybe you guys can run your own tests. Let us know in the comments below if it's working for you. So Han here at Hua, well done. Blockchain address is now available in Google search. So he's searching here for an Ethereum balance of 1,001 ETH, really right down to the, what is that, the 20th decimal or something. Like I said, didn't work for me, but this seems to be something that's being rolled out perhaps only to a few users at the moment. You know, that's often how a lot of the tech platforms do it. Pretty cool feature if and when it gets fully fleshed out. There is some good news therefore, but crypto markets right now are shaky. There's no doubt about it. And despite Paul Tudor Jones that always has some amount of Bitcoin, allegedly, things are kind of shaky right now. We're potentially going to be retesting 17.6K, but at least one technical trader has said that that has represented the bottom, that Bitcoin has bounced off that bottom, and that the bottom has been attained. In other words, as I sit down to record this right now, we are just below 19,000, so about 18,900 per BTC. I'm a little bit surprised because it seems like that Google news hasn't had much of an effect on the market. The markets are just continue to be correlated with a lot of the other indices and a lot of the other financial markets, which continue to hurt given all of the other elements that we talk about on a regular basis. Here on CoinGape.com, Cathie Woods has some interesting comments I'm gonna get out of the way for you guys here. And this relates to why the crypto market is crashing, and it's struggling right now, according to some, due to the hawkish macroeconomic conditions, which were created, of course, by the Federal Reserve. Now, the crypto market is currently, or maybe I should say seemingly, very much dependent on the consumer price index, the CPI, which is going to be released on Thursday. News in these last few months hasn't been that great. Last month, for example, the released CPI was worse than expected. And of course, that has a negative cascading effect on all kinds of different markets, crypto and otherwise. It kind of used to be that, in a sense, negative market news in the form of inflationary news was almost a boon to crypto, because crypto, especially Bitcoin, used to be that hedge, that store of value that was the answer to inflation. But I don't know, it doesn't seem to have that effect anymore, kind of surprisingly. That's more recent, but that one had me scratching my head the first few times I saw it. Anyways, the producer price index, that's also going to be released this month. And if the released CPI and PPI, producer price index, are worse than expected, yes, the market could suffer. There could be even more of a sell-off in crypto. It is possible. And so definitely check out this piece on CoinGape.com. In addition to everything that we just discussed, Cathie Wood is also warning of deflation, so the opposite of inflation, Related to that is this piece of news related to Ethereum, because now the supply has turned deflationary, which has really been a positive goal, kind of a checkpoint that Vitalik and others have been promising for a while. That was very much what we all wanted to see. But despite all of that, the price of Ether is still struggling. And, unfortunately, a big part of that is the gas here, according to Blockworks research. So the median gas price on Ethereum is at levels not eclipsed since June 2022. This has sparked the first week of deflationary ETH post-merge. But what's the cause? Well, a few different reasons here. This is a thread that you can explore, but we'll go through a couple of the posts. First of all, on October 8th, there had been about 13,000 ETH issued since the merge. And today, the total amount of ETH emitted over the past 25 days is just around 9.6 thousand. That's roughly 27% of all newly issued ETH post-merge, that is to say, has been burned. Why? It's due to Xen, XEN, which is a free-to-mint token that rewards users with larger token allocations who agree to longer claim terms. So on its October 8th launch, XEN consumed more than 40% of all Layer 1 gas fees on Ethereum over a 3-hour period. And the amount of mintable tokens is going to decline over time. The Xen token contract has already consumed more than 2,800 ETH of gas. That's just in 2 days worth of fees, that is. And there are many users and bots agreeing to one-day claim terms as they try to extract some profit by selling XEN. With approximately 83% of the XEN token supply held by the top 100 wallets and just over $40,000 of liquidity on Uniswap, it's unlikely to end well for anyone purchasing the token. A free token minting contract will lead to extremely heavy sell pressure as indicated by the XEN price. Tying it all together, and lastly here, more interesting than XEN is the effect one random free token mint has had on ETH supply flows. If we annualize the ETH burn over the last 24 hours, we arrive at a negative 0.57% inflation rate. In other words, deflationary. Bull market block space demand could make ETH deeply deflationary. But while we're still on the subject of Ethereum, a quick positive story here. So Ethereum has added 135,000 new addresses, marking the highest daily network growth in 2022. In other words, the fundamentals continue to be very strong. You can read more about that on finbold.com. Also positive news here for layer 2s, so many of which we follow regularly and we alert you to as far as opportunities on this channel. So Ethereum L2s are flipping Bitcoin and Lightning in daily transactions. Alt blockchains increasingly abundant with ETH L2 scaling. Major Ethereum L2s are flipping Bitcoin. That includes Lightning in daily transactions. In related news here on Cointelegraph.com, this is sure to add even more daily transactions to Starknet. So decentralized exchange Uniswap v3 gets warped onto Starknet. Ethereum native project like Uniswap that are written in Solidity can now be so-called transpiled to Starknet via Nevermind's new warp project. All right, now we have some Cardano ADA news. Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, is in the news here. And he's talking about what he didn't like after the Ethereum merge. And he's highlighting the issues specifically with Ethereum and Bitcoin. So according to Hoskinson, a significant problem is the locking mechanism, which stops investors from removing their staked Ether from the beacon chain until the next update is finished. And he also said that this mechanism heavily impacts ETH's liquidity and could eventually spark a liquidity crisis. And additionally, he's criticized Bitcoin's proof of work mining scheme, which he views as inefficient and superfluous in the long term. All right, moving right along, we have this update from our friends over at Apeiron and this contest announcement. So at Altcoin Buzz tweeting that we have 10 whitelist spot giveaways. You can check the link in the description for more information, but essentially you can get whitelisted in the upcoming Apeiron NFT land sale that is happening on the 18th of October. Land NFTs are going to give you up to 800% in annual rental yields. To participate, follow at Apeiron NFT and then like, retweet, and tag a friend. Best of luck. Once again, check out the link in the description for more information. All right, a little bit of Polygon ticker MATIC news. So first of all, the ZK EVM public testnet has been made available by Polygon. And it's a major development for the Ethereum community because it is the first ZK EVM to achieve a public testnet using an open source ZK proving system. The testnet is now available for users to test, and the project is still a work in progress, but Polygon is looking for feedback in order to improve it and eventually make the system more widely available. DeFi protocols AAVE and Uniswap, along with other projects, will be among the first projects to deploy on the ZK EVM testnet. And the announcement highlights that Polygon ZK EVM offers greater capital efficiency while also enabling businesses to build fast, low-fee, decentralized applications on Ethereum. Okay, moving right along, SingularityDAO has just been released today, October 11th, and they're launching a newly rebranded app alongside the release of their latest DINA sets. And the transition of SingularityDAO from beta to a live product includes building out a DeFi platform and these DINA sets. And that's a DINA set connected to DYDX that can not only short Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also apply leverage to those trades. Contributions to DINE BTC, DINE ETH, and the long-awaited DINE DYDX is open as of October 11th and will remain open for 2 weeks, 14 days. A summary of all these new features and all the info that you need to know about can be found here on medium.com. We mentioned Coinbase earlier. They're in the news with regards to their integration with Google Cloud Services, but also here on watcher.guru, Coinbase is getting Singapore digital payments token licensing, which is another solid brick in this edifice that we're all constructing together. So good news. And finally, pretty important follow-up here. We talked about the big Binance hack that was mitigated very well as far as a problem that was resolved quickly. That was the other day. Here's an update on the Binance hack. Now, the BNB Smart Chain Nodes Temporary Urgent Patch version 1.1.16, that was made available by Binance developers on Tuesday, and the patch fixes the cross-chain infrastructure between Beacon Chain and Smart Chain. Now, the Moran hard fork upgrade for the mainnet, that's set to happen on October 12th, and that upgrade will fix vulnerabilities in the IAVL hash check. It's going to introduce a block header in sequence, check in cross-chain contract, and make Relayer whitelisted to the Genesis. As always, lots happening in this crypto space, guys. Best of luck if you choose to invest, but never, ever official financial or investment advice. Clearly, I am not qualified to give out that kind of advice, so just take this video to be informative in nature. I implore you. If you're still watching the video, well done. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. Also, check out these other couple of videos here popping up to my left, to my right. Stay safe out there, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. Have a great Tuesday, a great midweek. And as always, hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.